Time to take a look at what's new in Warframe this week, starting of course with the Archon hunt. That is a Amber Archon shard, which means Archon Nora, and it's going to be a mobile defense followed by disruption, and obviously Showdown finishes that up, meaning that Chipper is going to have the Crimson Archon shard. But we will quickly check just to make sure. Yes, in fact, there it is, the Crimson Archon shard. I kind of prefer the Azura ones, to be fair, and yeah. Let's actually not forget I do want that. Thank you very much. Power strength from the red ones. So, every time without fail. Kahl, if you have done all of his missions and remembered to extract at the end of the mission, so it actually counts and rolls on to the next mission the following week, will be Prison Break, and I'm still wondering where the timed missions are. It's like they just ceased to exist. Last time this was here, I would have got every one of them in one run, but I didn't realise I was looking for this thing, the hidden caches. For the circuit on Duviri normal path this week is... Hydroid, Mirage and Limbo. Weren't they last week's? Yes, in fact they were. That's a little worrisome. So in fact, we're not going to choose any of them, put this to Steel Path and have a look at what incarnons are here this week. Let me guess. Dread, Despair, and Hate. This was also last week's. This hasn't rotated round to week 1. This is week 6. It's supposed to have rotated round to week 1. This is supposed to be the Bratton, the Lato, the Scanner, the Paris, or the Kunai, not the Xylox, Cyber, Dread, Despair, or Hate. I could have understood if it was the Akenbrunt, Soma, Vasto, Nami, Solo, or Burston. I would have preferred week 4, because I'm going backwards at this point, the Torrid, Dual Toxist, the Dual Ichor, the Mitre, or the Atmos. But the fact it's stuck on week 6, yeah, this is very worrying. Because it doesn't in fact state if you own one of these or not. Okay, I'm going to relog and see if this is actually a problem, or if their lack of doing anything has meant that it basically got week 6 is repeated. And the reason this is slightly problematic is they basically turned around and said there's going to be no hotfixes, so if this is in fact going to remain like this, yeah. So turns out last week's is just going to repeat this week. So if you didn't make it all the way to where you wanted to be last week, good news! Looks like you've got a second chance to get a hold of that weapon you didn't get last week. I don't remember what I was going for, because I got to rank 7 out of 10. Did try going back in to get it sorted, but, well, just remember, whatever weapon you choose first will be the one that comes at tier 5, and the thing you choose second will be the one that appears on tier 10. I guess you could say the fact that this has happened was dreadful. Nightwave acts this week. The elite acts are complete. Collect 20 different types of resources. Head to Railjack for that to get the last of them. And one mission on 2 different planets. Fairly easy enough to do. Kill 1,000 enemies on the Steel Path. Oh, I really hope the circuit is included in this, because then that would be even easier. Normal acts: catch 6 rare servo fish in the Orb Vallis, complete an isolation vault bounty mission on the Camian Drift. Just one. Not all of them, just one. Weird. Complete 10 syndicate missions, complete 3 different K-Drive races. Oh, I hate that one. And destroy a cruise ship with the forward artillery in Railjack missions. Dailies, kind of pointless pointing them ones out. They do change every day, but they last for 3 days. Offerings, there is the usual stuff that's always there. A few different helmets. Don't see any of the new ones here this week, but they were pretty much all here last week. There is the Lens Solstice skin. This would have been better time to have turned up when Barrow had the Prisma lens. Just saying. The Tatsu Solstice skin. Blueprints to build these. Nope, definitely not any of the new helmets, but then again, Hopefully this week we find out when this will become a little bit more relevant. Aura-wise, EMP aura can be useful sometimes, but to be fair, enemy radar is much more useful. Physique, it's plus 90% health for your base health, not modded health. And shotgun scavenger, 150% ammo pickup, obviously for the shotgun. There is the Karak Desert Camo Skin blueprint, the spin. Come on, turn faster. Or at least allow us to do this. Sindo Dagarak skin blueprint. There is the glaive. This is the actual glaive. This isn't a skin for the glaive. This is just the glaive, the blueprint to actually build it. Well worth if you don't actually have it. Dark Dagger. I want to say the same. If you don't have it, it's well worth building because these things are actually quite sneaky and used to have fairly good attack speeds. It's not the worst, but it could have been a little bit faster. There is the Nightwave ornament, landing craft decoration that just kind of spins round, the same as the glassmaker version that's sitting over there. There is the Saturn 6 emblem, the emissary emblem. At least these have actually changed this week. The Pangolin sword blueprint. This would be the actual Pangolin sword blueprint to build it. Prime version slightly better. Augment wise, the Viper, don't waste your Nora's creds picking it up. It's pretty useless. It doesn't work on the dual wielding one. The Tetra, that one actually is because it's plus 80% projectile speed, and Mirage's Prism augment. Heading over to see what Teshin has for the Steel Path on her store, and judge. Shall we just stand down here and wait in the queue? Because there is a bit of a queue forming. Let's go with I did that and just move on to say he's brought 30,000 endo, but the problem is he still wants 150 steel essence for this. Since you don't get steel essence from doing the Steel Path circuit, that's just a tiny little bit overpriced. Ha! Just got in there. And everything else is obviously the same as he has brought several times before, because they still haven't added the new in-action glyphs. I mean, yeah. Aren't these due to get primed soon? Of course, if you have Helmut's Invigoration segment, that would also have now reset, so it's always worth keeping an eye on these, because they may be different for every frame, and every augment that's there, Invigoration, sorry, but always worth keeping an eye on, because sometimes they are pretty good and every 10th one does mutate, so it allows you to put it on any frame you do want to put it on. And lastly, because week 10 has finally ended, 2nd of June at 10:59 AM, we have week 11 that consists of, well, stay tuned for further updates, because so far there's absolutely nothing for their 10-year anniversary currently ongoing. And with that, we'll leave this off here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.